Und damit ein herzliches Hallo und willkommen zu einer neuen Folge Greedfall. Mit mir der Steffi Curtis dabei, unser Cousin, habt den Namen vergessen, ist dabei. Naja, jedenfalls unser Cousin musste oder ist derjenige, der Gouverneur, glaube ich, von der anderen Stadt, wo wir hinwollen, werden soll. Moment mal, da sind wir ja eigentlich... Da nicht, wir müssen ja hier raus, ne? Und den müssen wir jetzt zum Hafen bringen. Wenn möglich heile. Und ich hoffe, ich habe das jetzt hier so richtig gemacht. Oh, hier waren wir noch nicht. Trank. Jesus. Ja, hier war ich noch gar nicht, ne? Hier waren wir noch nicht. So. Das ist Licht. Ich dachte, da gäbe es was zu holen. So, jetzt kommen wir langsam zu den Hafen. Boah, das sieht schon cool aus, oder? Wo ist denn der gute Mann? Ach, der ist hier. Da ist auch noch ein Lagerraum. Oh. Hafenviertel. Okay, hat ja jetzt sehr viel gebracht, ne? Gucken, ob wir hier noch... Ja, ich sehe noch was. Oder auch nicht. Ich dachte, ich sehe noch was. Hier geht's nicht weiter. Aber was für ein Schiff, ne? Cool. Doch, hier ist noch was. Sonst ist auch niemand anderes da, wo wir ein bisschen quatschen können. Gut, dann gehen wir zu diesem Konstantin. Da müssen wir ja jetzt erstmal alles abklappern. Oh, ja. Also hier ist das Hafenamt, da müssen wir ja auch noch rein. Und der Konstantin. Jetzt überlege ich, ob ich nicht vorher zu dem Hafenamt gehen soll. Das wäre hier geradeaus. Und da Lagerhaus, Hafenamt. Gefängnis der Oh, verstehe. So, wie kommt man denn ins Hafenamt? War das hier? Von anderen Fraktionen kontrollierte Zonen. Diese Zone steht unter der Kontrolle einer anderen Fraktion. Hier ist der Zutritt zu bestimmten Bereichen verboten. Mit einem Kostüm-Oberkörper der Fraktion kannst du die Wachen täuschen. Du kannst außerdem versuchen zu schleichen, doch wenn eine Wache dich entdeckt, kann dies eine gewaltsame Reaktion provozieren und deinem Beruf bei der Fraktion schaden. Gefängnis der Lauten, Lagerhaus. Oh, warte, Hafenamt. Ja, wir wollten ja nur zum Hafenamt, oder? Ist das Hafenamt auch von denen? Schleiche, angegriffenen Ruf verlieren. Ach, ich darf jetzt hier gar nicht sein, oder was? Okay, dann gehen wir erstmal wieder raus, weil das wollen wir ja nicht, ne? Aber wo ist der, mit dem wir quatschen sollen? Da oben. Gut, an. Quatschen wir mal.
Your Highness, I'm happy to see you. Your absence this morning worried both your father and me.
Come now, Sir de Corsillon. My father may have been angry, outraged, or disappointed, but he's never worried about me. I am sad to have caused you any worry, though. Would you believe that I was rotting away in a sinister jail, guarded by thugs ready to kill me? Though still seeing double from last night's drink, I was preparing an ingenious escape plan when Ta-da! My fair cousin jumped up out of nowhere and saved me. I'm quite the fairy tale damsel in distress.
You might have refrained from the company of bandits the night before such an important departure.
Take away the risk and halve the pleasure, de Corsillon. It is the salt of life.
I fear that some of my teachings have been misunderstood. But you wanted to ask me something, De Sardet?
What will be your official title on Teer Fradee? Or are you just here to keep an eye on us?
Come now, don't be ridiculous. I'm coming in the capacity of official advisor, nothing more. But His Highness has also asked me to report to him on certain strategic observations. I am therefore required to take note of all events, chart the island and its resources, but also obtain as much knowledge as possible concerning the more dangerous creatures of the island. Your help will be extremely valuable to me. I've no longer the legs of an adventurer.
It's always a privilege to help, Master. I need to be leaving. I have quite a few things to do before we raise anchor.
Aber haben wir jetzt alles? Oder war das eine andere Frage?
Yes? Well, how can your old
What will be your...
Come now. But His Highness, I am therefore required also your help.
It's always a privilege.
Okay, hatten wir, glaube ich, tatsächlich schon.
I have quite a few things to do before we raise anchor.
So. Alles klar, dann müssen wir uns jetzt wohl... Ja, wir müssen uns dem da stellen. So ein Mist. Ich speichere nochmal. Ich habe eine Ahnung. Eine vage Erinnerung. Los.
Lively there, lads and lasses! I promised the merchants and their prince we'd be off before the tide. You, man, carry that properly. That porcelain is worth more than your life. There are some children we'd be best to refuse.
Captain Vasco.
And you are?
I'm De Sardet, the prince's niece. If all is in order, we will soon be embarking on your boat.
It's a ship, not a boat.
Apologies.
Constantine d'Orsay, future governor of Teer Fradee. I'm enchanted, Captain. I am eager to board your ship.
Enchanted as well, Your Highness. I hope you enjoy your voyage.
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon. We're short a crew member. The cabin boy is missing. But have no fear, we will leave without him if he does not present himself before the tide.
Is he an important member of the crew?
We don't need him for sailing or navigation. He's only a cabin boy.
He must have simply had a bit too much to drink in celebrating his departure. Like another I know.
I doubt that. Jonas was never one to fancy drink. And it's been 2 days since last he was seen. No, I fear something bad has happened to him. Might I ask you, if you hear anything, could you report it to me? I would like to set sail with a clear mind.
Ach du meine Güte.
When did you see your cabin boy for the last time?
It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men have free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Nords, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
Miss Jonas, does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, there would be Flavio and Lauro.
Might I have a word with them?
As you wish. You'll find them over there, in port.
Ja, machen wir auch gleich.
I have a favor to ask before we leave.
I'm all ears.
We would like to load some merchandise into your ship's hold.
Impossible. You're too late for that. All merchandise must be registered at the Port Authority. and the formalities are long. So, unless you're asking me to turn smuggler and hide contraband on my vessel...
I wouldn't go that far. We're only talking about a few crates, after all.
Well then, they'll have to wait. The next ship for New Serene leaves in a month.
Hellfire. If that shipment doesn't leave today, the commander will have my hide.
Captain, I understand your position, but isn't there some way we can get these crates on board?
I doubt it. Even if I wanted to help you, my quartermaster is a half-crazed bridge troll. He's gotten it into his head that a gang of ruffians want to use my ship to pass contraband over to Teer Fradee. He's placed guards where our cargo is being held before being loaded. All that is not in the warehouse, and noted on the manifest, will be left on the docks. Sorry, but your crates are gonna have to wait until the next ship sets sail.
Sorry, Kurt. At least we tried.
The commander is gonna have my head. I'm sure that's what he wanted in giving me this impossible task.
In that case, we're going to have to doctor the manifest ourselves. It must be at the Harbour Master's office. Have you seen anyone wandering about? Suspicious looking. Maybe clandestine passengers.
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings to spot possible stowaways. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention to them. That said, we did catch ourselves a smuggler just a while ago.
A smuggler? Maybe he could be of some use. Where could I find him?
In the port jails, not far from the warehouses. Might I ask you, why the sudden interest in smugglers and the odd stowaway?
A couple of heretics are planning on leaving Serene. The ambassador of Ptolemy has entrusted me with the job of capturing them.
Happy to see that you trust me enough to seek my counsel in the affair. Just so happens that I heard someone talking about the couple. The Cardinal's men are far from discreet. They're making quite some ruckus, asking to search our warehouses. We of course refused entry. Only the Nords have access. I'm sorry, Your Excellency, but I'm certain your potential stowaways aren't far. But we won't allow you to make a search to grab them. Not officially, at least.
What do you mean?
That discretion and malice are often more useful than titles and words.
Ich glaube, wenn wir um Erlaubnis bitten, an Bord zu kommen, dann gehen wir auch an Bord, ne? Deswegen, das möchte ich jetzt noch nicht machen. Aber wir fragen nochmal hier alles aus.
Could you tell me a little about your guild?
We are masters of the oceans. Our ships can sail where no others dare.
Thanks to your magic, so I've heard. How do you become a Nord?
Our magic, yes, that only the Nords master. As for your question, any child born on one of our ships is sea-born. He is a Nord from birth. Others are sea-gifted, joining the Nords for different reasons, often from a young age. It's how the guild is made and maintains its numbers.
Could you tell me anything about our destination? The island of Teer Fradee?
It is a magnificent place. Wild. Spared from your wars and your mines, for now. The natives have a relationship with their land and consider it sacred. They're a very friendly people, welcoming, that will appear to you strangely familiar. I've also heard that there are a great many exotic creatures, some enormous. But I wouldn't know what else to tell you. I've never strayed far from the ports.
What do you think of our port?
Are you referring to this one? It is the biggest high seas port on the continent. Thanks to your prince, even though it remains part of your city, it holds a particular status for us Nords. Certain zones are owned completely by us, and maritime law holds office. It's a good port. Were it not for the Malichor, it would be a pleasant place to dock.
Okay, wir haben genug gefragt. An Bord werden wir noch nicht gehen.
Be back soon, Captain.
We need to have a word with that people smuggler the sailor mentioned.
He's a captain, Kurt, like yourself. And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a way into his jail.
Okidoki. Wir Nee, das möchte ich aber noch nicht. Das Verschwinden des nautischen Novizen. Vertreibe die Waren des Lagerhauses. Manipuliere. Ach du meine Güte, weißt du, was wir machen? Wir versuchen das mal zu manipulieren. Das ist da oben, glaube ich, ne? Ist hier noch was zu holen? Ja. Dann holen wir uns das doch vorher. Oritsch. Jungs, ihr seid ein bisschen im Weg. Oder was bist du? Ach, das ist der Captain, ne? Ja, nee, das machen wir noch nicht. Wir machen jetzt erst wirklich alles andere, bevor wir abreisen, sage ich jetzt mal. Ich möchte hier alles erledigt haben. Und wir müssen da hinein.
Do you have any idea how to get in there without being noticed?
Let's take a look around the building. We might find a less conspicuous entrance.
Okay. Da oben, ne? Wahrscheinlich. Oder hier. Ach, hier geht's gar nicht.
If you wore a Naut uniform and you were able to keep your mark hidden from them, they might let us in. Unless we just offered them a drink. These sailors rarely refuse one.
I see where this is headed. If we drop a little soporific in their glasses, the way will be clear. I'll just need to find the proper ingredients. But it's doable.
Okay, wir sollen etwas herstellen. Und zwar... Gucken wir mal kurz. Können wir hier weg? Ja, wir gehen da wieder lang. Damit wir nicht erwischt werden. Wir holen uns jetzt... ja, es sei denn, wir können... Getränk vorbereiten. Hoffentlich können wir das auch, ne? Wo war denn das? Oh. Ein... Oh, guck mal hier. Unleserlich sich in Notiz an der Familie des reichen Mannes, der uns provoziert hat. Wir haben ihn und werden ihn töten, wenn ihr uns nicht großzügig bezahlt. Kommt mit einer vollen Börse in die Gasse südlich des alten Lagerhausviertels. Brauchen wir ja nun nicht mehr, haben ihn ja jetzt da rausgeholt. Friedlich. Oh. Ist da was? Hier ist der Werktisch. So. Was sollen wir denn... Dieses enthält ein starkes Schlafmittel. Ja, wollen wir, aber Schnapsflasche und Schlaftrank. Zottiger Schillerporling. Wissenschaftslevel. Nee. Nee, habe ich ja nicht. Ich habe weder das eine noch das andere und das geht schon mal nicht. Es sei denn, wir gehen und bei Händlern Schenke vielleicht. Ob der das hat?
Tavern Keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something?
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Also, ich weiß nicht, woher ich das Zeug jetzt kriegen soll. Deshalb ist denn jetzt hier mal... Da war doch immer noch so ein... Ich habe ja auch dieses Dings noch nicht. Oh, ist das alles ätzend. War hier nicht jemand zum Einkaufen, so ein Händler?
Welcome. It's such a
Ja.
pleasure to see. Have you seen anything to...
Kaufen. Wir brauchen... Was war denn das jetzt? Das oder... Oh. Das? Wir gehen da nochmal gleich rein. Was hatte die jetzt gesagt? Was brauchen wir denn dafür? setzt es... muss ich jetzt echt zu diesem Tisch nochmal hin? Ich kann mir Sachen so schlecht merken, ne? So, hier. Schlaftrank. Und Schlaftrank braucht zottiger Schillerporling. Und dann noch Wirtschaftslevel. Zottiger Schillerporling. Brauchen wir dazu.
Are your boots warm? Welcome. Have you seen any?
Zitter. Was hat der denn gesagt? Zorniger. Oh. Gibt es da nicht eine andere Möglichkeit, dass wir... Bereite ein Getränk vor. Oh, warte. Aber ich möchte das anders machen. Wir tun erst das Verschwinden. Wir tun erst das Verschwinden untersuchen. Und dann gucken wir, ob wir überhaupt erstmal... ja. Hier.
But perhaps we'll discover some useful information.
Tagebuch des Schleusers. Ich habe 2 neue Kunden. Sie wollen nach Al-Saad reisen und die Inquisitoren sind ihnen auf den Fersen, was meine Arbeit nicht einfacher machen wird. Ich denke, ich kann sie unauffällig auf ein Schiff bringen, aber wir müssen vorsichtig sein und ich hoffe, dass sie geduldig und ruhig sein werden. Ich werde sie in einem Lagerhaus hinter dem Hafenamt verstecken, in das sich die Inquisitoren niemals hineinwagen werden. Alles klar. Ah, Flavia.
Good day. Someone told me that you were a friend of Jonas, the young cabin boy who has gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a damn good navigator, and an excellent leader of men. He knows his craft well, in spite of being so young.
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet. If he keeps it up, he'll be an admiral one day.
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro, and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Boy, I haven't the faintest idea.
What does Jonas do in his free time, when you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. 1 drink lasts him the whole night.
Does he know anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I know.
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, he drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much, the imagination wanders. Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. drink. It blurs the senses.
Okay.
I need to be going. Farewell.
Also an einem Kanal. Sprechen wir auch nochmal mit dem anderen, ne? Ist der das? Nee. Nein.
Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 deaf winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a just man who knows his knots. He's well appreciated by the crew. It's a pity that he hasn't much heart for laughs now and again. Always seems unhappy, our captain.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand. Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof, gone. Vanished.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. And I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me like a drunken fool. And the captain? No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left. You get me?
Ah, und schon wieder haben wir eine Situation, wo Stolz ein Menschenleben kosten kann, ja. Eieieiei. Haben wir das jetzt schon gemacht?
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even
so,
though
yeah.
the other day, in the tavern,
Yeah.
Why did you report?
Unfortunate captain.
Did Jonas seem troubled to you the night he disappeared?
Maybe. For sure he wasn't his usual self.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No. No idea.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mist too, don't you?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern. But outside, I seem to recall that regular being there. We play cards with him from time to time. Kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time to be that skilled. But now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know. I kind of remember his face being there.
Thank you, Lauro. I need to be going.
Strange story, this is.
Something isn't right here. I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this.
Und alles mit unserem Cousin, aber egal. Das Getränk finde die Zeugen und befrage sie. Also zurück zur Schenke. Tada, laufen wir hier lang. Hier, ne? War das. Aha, der Wirt. Hallo, Herr Wirt, hallo. Oder so.
Who are you? I don't recognize you. Am I in your debt?
No, have no fear about that. It's for a different reason that I'm here. I'm looking for a Naut that disappeared 2 days ago, after visiting this establishment. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied him.
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played with the 3 of them.
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something. Didn't feel like playing, that I remember. And he must have been right to be nervous. if he's disappeared.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in, with a band of strong arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. I needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. But that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him, if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think? A jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, my lady, you're in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Theleme embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
Gut, dann brauchen wir mit ihm ja nicht mehr reden. Er wollte ja den Stammgast. So. Wir können das da immer noch nicht, aber wir wissen, dass es da hinten irgendwo ein Haus gab. Und zwar noch ein weiter, oder? Oh, wartet. Wir müssen noch was mitnehmen. So. Wie kommen wir denn jetzt hier vorbei? Irgendwo da hinten. Da waren wir ja in der ersten oder zweiten Folge waren wir da. Und da war ja nur die Frau drin, ne?
Might I help you, my lady?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please.
Oh, erste Haus, wo wir nach oben kommen. Ne, das glaube das zweite sogar. Ah, jetzt spricht sie wohl mit uns.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are Lady De Sardet. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We are looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
Oha.
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
Na, da haben wir es wieder.
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it is their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
What was your son doing on a Naut ship? Why would they have taken him?
It is what they do. Through pacts and contracts, they steal away young children from their mothers.
What are you talking about?
I would have thought that a legate would know these things. But it is true that you are young and inexperienced. It seems that you have been protected from the turpitudes of our own nation and their terrible allies. This horrible, constant ransoming that they put us through. But I will not say another word. You will have no trouble verifying the details now that you know what to look for.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why. Until the Nauts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact? It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Naughts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
Ja, okay, aber mit wem sollen wir denn jetzt dann reden? Also. Vertreibe die Wachen des Lagerhauses. Kann ich das auch ohne? Wir müssen hier rein. Und was? Dann ins Gefängnis. Oder was? Lagerhaus. In ihrem Versteck. Wir versuchen das jetzt ohne die Wachen abzulenken, oder? Kommen wir hier lang? Oder ist das hier? Das ist eine Sackgasse. East Essenz, okay. Also der Schiffsjunge. Der Weg. Ich habe gar keine Ahnung, wo ich hingehe. Verträge der Nauten. Sollen wir noch mal mit dem Captain?
Don't you worry now. You'll get your
Okay. Ja. Moment. Nee, wir müssen noch ein weiter. Was ist alles? Oh, stopp. Ah, habe ich doch Sachen gesehen. Guck mal hier. Ist nichts mehr. Oh, ich mag es so verwinkelt. Ja, müssen wir das mit den Verträgen? Ja, das müssen wir auch mit ihm besprechen.
Madam,
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
we should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon. I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Naughts, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serene. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since, he's been a Naught. Our ships are his home. And we are his only family.
Okay.
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Naughts?
Ja, da oben, ne? Sollen wir den ja
I would like
befragen.
my father to be implicated in this sordid business. Our old teacher must surely know what's going on here.
Oh, warte
Let's
mal.
go talk
Nee,
to
da.
Yes? Well, how can your old professor be of service to you?
I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child, due to some contract with the Naughts.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, De Sardet. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship. Since time immemorial, there's always been a certain price to pay for the services of the Naughts. Children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require children to be offered in exchange. From time to time, the congregation has passed such accord, and certain noble families had to give their children up.
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son in an agreement signed between my uncle and the Nauts?
No. That pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance, via ships.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child, and regretted it afterwards. But that is of little importance. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the Nauts as quickly as possible. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation could feel it in its coffers.
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us.
Also, wir müssen schon wieder zurück zu der Frau. Dann müssen wir noch irgendwelche wie heißt das? Blinde Passagiere, ne? War doch irgendwie was mit von hier. Und dass unsere Güter mit können, müssen wir hier etwas, sagt man, fälschen, glaube ich. Und genau, das machen wir alles in der nächsten Folge. Und mit diesem schönen Bild würde ich würde ich es jetzt kurz machen. Also ich danke euch fürs Zuschauen. Bis zur nächsten Folge. Ciao, ciao.